Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Digital Forensic Course Introduction Session. I first of all welcome all of you and thanks for joining this event. Today we have some of our guest speakers where we would like to share about the importance of cybersecurity and also SDG goals and cybersecurity, how it works together. And also we'll be hearing some feedback from one of our students who has recently joined our mentorship course, and he also want to share feedback how it's helping, how this course is helping him to get into cybersecurity. Then I'll be talking about towards the end about the course structure and what are the topics we'll be covering. That's all for today's agenda. So let me now first introduce and welcome our main speaker, Brother Muhammad Adil. He is a senior penetration tester. He's worked for a telecom company. He has worked for some of the leading MNCs, including governments. He also the person who has done zero-day research and got also acknowledged by government of UK, Australia, and India for his contribution in ethical hacking and cybersecurity. So I would like now request Mr. Muhammad Adil to talk about cybersecurity landscape. Then we will have followed by the other guest speaker. Adil, please go ahead and share your screen and take on this. Please.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity given by Dr. Ibrahim and MBCSM. Myself, Muhammad Adil, I'm working as a senior penetration tester, and I have almost 4 0 days. And as a zero-day researcher, I have got some acknowledgements from government of UK, Australia, and India. I have been working in this field for more than 5 years. Currently working for a UAE government, federal authority. Cybersecurity. When it comes to cybersecurity, actually, I was also like you guys when 5 years back. I was start my career as a IT support. So after that, I started moving into network security. Then I moved into ethical hacking, VAPT, and all. So everybody, we need to have some start, right? That's more important. So especially cybersecurity in this era, because the industry 4.0 is evolving now. So cybersecurity is growing like anything in the world, especially when it comes to digital forensics. So there are cyber attacks each and every day. Cyber attacks on mobile devices, cyber attacks on OT devices like oil and gas components, for electrical power grid, and like other OT devices, and cyber attacks in telecom industries. So each and every cyber attacks are, it's giving a clear vision for us. So there is some openings for digital forensics. So when any attack happened for a company, like for example, let's say if there is a ransomware, so who will jump in first? The forensics team, DFIR. So they will do the digital forensics and incident response immediately, and they will start collecting the evidences, start analyzing the malware, start analyzing the ransomware. They can go and check the threat intelligence, and either using automated tools, or you can do it in a manual way. And a lot of potential opportunities are available in the particular field, especially in digital forensics, because there is there is statistics like each and every country, each and every continent, like say if it is a Middle East, like say in every year the cyber attacks is 100% increasing, which means it is like in previous year 2021 it was 100%, and now 2022, which is 200%. So it is increasing dual the amount of attacks. So, but when it comes to the resources, so we have very few resources because the amount of attacks and amount of cyber criminal activities are increased, but there is no much enough resources, much enough first responders to do the assessment on forensics. That is that is more important, like why this resource lagging is there. Because people might think before coming into cybersecurity, even I was like this. So before coming into cybersecurity, people might think this is, you need to know coding, you need to know blah blah things, you need to know multiple stuffs. Yeah, but if it is VAPT or a Team India, you need to know everything. But for digital forensics, it is very simple. Actually, you have, let's say there are 10 fields is there inside the digital forensics. 10 subdomains are there inside the digital forensics. For example, cloud, it is a separate field in digital forensics. Systems and servers, which is a separate field in digital forensics. Email forensics is completely separate, and network forensics is different, and mobile forensics, as well as Android and iOS, it is different. So each and every OT forensics is different. So each and every forensics having its own methodology. So the most important thing is to understand the methodology. It is not on tool based. So if you know, like for example, there is a tool called Celebrate. So this is used for mobile devices forensics. So if you know what to use Celebrate, you might not know to use another tool called Oxygen. So there is another tool called Autospy. So you might not able to use those tools, because whenever we are focusing on some subject, some subdomains, so our most important thing is to understand the methodology. That's most important thing. So whenever you try with something, always try with open source. So whenever you have some forensic tasks are coming, whenever you have some forensic tasks, always start with open source rather than depending on any tools. So this is one suggestion I would like to give. Apart from that, there are I'd like to explain about something which is happened real time. So how then how the forensics is important, right? So there was a movie released in recently. There is the movie name called Operation Java. Okay, that movie is about how digital forensic found found a incident, found a case. This is a real incident. That was a real incident. Long back, around in 2012 or 13, something like that. One movie was released in India called Premo. Okay, but what happened before releasing the movie? That movie got exposed into the torrent. So it is released. It got released by someone from the industry who worked for the movie in the editorial team. So they don't know. So what happened? So how they released? Even though before the production, before the movie release, it got released. So there is some investigation team worked on it, a cyber crime department, but they could not able to find it. So what happened during that time? So there are two delivery boys. One guy is courier delivery boy, and another guy is like food delivery guys. So these two guys, what they did? So they found who did this, who upload the movie into the torrent. They found this only with the digital forensic, and they did not use any tools. This is one of the most important thing. They did this with digital forensic eyes. So there is something called digital forensic eyes. So if you see a particular say files, if you see a particular let's say Word file, so the forensic guy need to see where is the author, who is the author, and where the file locates and where the file comes from. So these are the things are more important for forensic. So that's how they did. So while they uploading the movie, there was a Word file by mistakenly they uploaded. So when these guys downloaded the movie from torrent and they took the Word file, and they immediately they went for author properties and author, Then they saw a name is there, and then they saw that one of the profile picture is there. So these things are these got triggered for them. So what they did not get any support from the government. They did not get any support from the cybercrime. These guys did it for their own assessment. So then they collaborated with cybercrime department. Then they analyzes each and every files they uploaded. They analyzes the profile picture, and then they analyzes the email address, who posted, who belongs to it. Then they found out the address. Then they got the guy who posted the who finally published the video. So why I am saying this, telling the scenario, because this is more relevant. This is more what to say. We can attach easily with the movies. So this was happened. The incident was happened on 2012, but this they found this on 2 years back. So it took almost 6 years to find how it happened. But still, the digital evidences are always there. So digital evidences will not you know will not delete on anywhere else. And recently we have found something, myself along with one of my friend who is expert in digital forensics. So we found like multiple security apps called Proton VPN, NordVPN, and Session Signals. So these apps are claiming that they are secure. So we thought, we had an idea. So what if our mobile got caught by any law enforcement agent? What if it got caught by any hacker or somewhere? So our mobile is locked, and we put a password protected, and thumb protected. So how the forensic guy will decrypt our entire mobile data, and especially for the particular security apps like Session, Signal, how we can decrypt this one? Is it possible to decrypt those messages which we sent, or is it possible to find out what are the locations we connected with the VPN? And unfortunately, there is one famous VPN in the world. We are not going to reveal the name, but it they are claiming that they are secure, but they are not. So they are revealing the connectivity, where we are connecting, what is the end connections, all the IP locations, everything, including where are we from. So it is like they are revealing the latitude and longitude code. So when we try to find out with this Google Maps, it is locating the exact pin location. So this is how the forensic eyes are different. That's why I want to tell you a real-time example instead of giving normal like presentation or PPT. So that is this. I feel this is more effective when it comes to anything like cybersecurity. So yeah, so so I'm going to conclude here. I don't want to take much more time this. So my opinion on digital forensics, if people are really interested on to know what has happened, why this happened. So like the investigative mindset. So you need to build the investigative mindset. So example, similarly, we say with VAPT. So if you want to be a penetration tester, you need to be a hacker mindset. But similarly, for digital forensics, you need to have an investigative mindset, and you need to build a mindset and methodology. So yeah, all the best. You can join this course, and yeah, this is my experiences and advices. Thank you so much again, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Adil, for this wonderful explanation. I think could see digital forensic is something which is getting even national importance. Even government of India started initiative. I can also see governments in Middle East and also Far East. They are all getting more focused about digital forensic. But let me just get into the another important topic, which is about sustainable development goals in cybersecurity. We have a guest speaker, Dr. Sultan Khalifa. He is the regional officer for SDC students program for the Asia Pacific region. So he is one of the co-founders for in another cybersecurity company, which is also working on creating a product, innovative product in cybersecurity. So without taking much time, I would like to welcome Dr. Sultan Khalifa and to talk about SDG goals in cybersecurity.
Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim, for your kind introduction, and my friends here, and everyone participating. Thank you very much for joining today. I have a very different perspective of cybersecurity and sustainable development goals. Although I did not study cybersecurity, but I got into cybersecurity a few years ago. And I've been observing quite a lot of things that's been happening around in terms of cyber attacks. They say during the Corona attack, more than $7 billion being stolen, and the damages caused by cyber attacks is millions and millions of dollars. And today, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are becoming pervasive and very popular. Our goals are to make a very sustainable human lives. Imagine somebody's financial reputation or private data that's been stolen. It is a serious disaster in people's life that can completely take away a sustainable life. And we're also consider working on sustainable communities and sustainable buildings. For all of those infrastructure, we do need cybersecurity. Like today, India has truly digitized in a way after the coronavirus. Everybody has mobile phones and we all are clicking pictures. We do our financial transactions through our mobile phones. Just imagine if your mobile phone is being hacked and your money is stolen or your private pictures are stolen. So we are heading towards such a disaster, and day by day, the cyber attacks are increasing in numbers and the numbers are skyrocketing. As a Sustainable Development Goals Ambassador, we do care about every single individual's life. Not just that, we also collectively work and we care about the importance of people's privacy. When the privacy is gone, I think everything is gone. So in my experience as a cybersecurity person, there's quite a lot of attacks that can actually steal your password or sort of identify your password in few seconds or few minutes. And not many people are aware of this. Many countries like Australia, America, Britain, they're advertising on their social medias and also on the advertisement to tell people to be very careful about cyber attacks. And I see there's a great job opportunities across the globe when it comes to cybersecurity. Even within our United Nations, we are asked to have a cybersecurity expert in every single forum to take care of the privacy of the data and the respect of the people who works for it. So to make a very sustainable world, it is very, very important to have a sustainable financial solution, sustainable privacy of data or of a nation's data. We also see that they call cyber attacks as a bloodless war in the years to come. What we saw, a coronavirus is a biological war, but we will yet to face this sort of wars. We can expect countries launching cyber attacks on each other to destroy and collapse the infrastructure in the software industry or in the administration of a nation in many different fields. So I would like to express to each and every one of you to go and read more about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals and also relate those 17 Sustainable Development Goals to cybersecurity. You will have a lot of answers in that regard. So with that note, I thank you all for joining me. And I'm sure this training program is going to be very useful for you in terms of understanding cyber attacks and cybersecurity. Not just that, and I wish you all to find a very suitable job in this field. This is not just a job that will pay off your bills, but I look at a job in cybersecurity as a service. You do service for your fellow friends, for your country, or the humanity in whole. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Sultan Khalifa, for this wonderful, enlightening speech, correlating the sustainable development goal with cybersecurity. Indeed, it was very useful, and definitely we would make sure that cybersecurity is used for protecting the entire humanity, is doing some kind of a positive contribution towards human development. So with this, we will now get into our third speaker, who is Mr. Abdullah Muhammad Haris. He is in fact a student of mine who's doing his software engineering in Hayek University from Turkey. I just want to hear a different perspective from Abdullah, because being a student and why he wanted to start his career in cybersecurity, what prompted him to start this. And also I can see that he is in software engineering, and how that also cybersecurity is something how it's making sense for him as a career. Okay. So Brother Abdullah, yes, please go ahead and you can unmute and speak.
Can you all look at my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Good evening. My name is Abdullah Haris. I am from Sri Lanka. I am a third-year software engineering student studying in Istanbul, Turkey, and I am an active student in the IB Cybersecurity Mentorship Program. Now, why did I choose cybersecurity? Ever since the start of Internet of Things, IoT, and cloud computing, these areas are more open to threats like viruses, ransomwares, and rootkits, etc. And to protect important data from these threats, all banking sectors and huge multinational companies nowadays need to recruit people who are specialized in this field. And just like Brother Adil and Brother Sultan Muhammad Khalifa said, the job opportunities in the cybersecurity field are growing substantially. While the cybersecurity bachelor's degree is a definitely strong option for students like us, university students, there are still paths into fields related to IT, like those that focus on security, networking, system management, and even programming. Both cybersecurity and digital forensics are in high demand by employers to keep their networks and data safe. So if you're in a career in these industries, now is a better time to start. A career in computer forensics is very rewarding, and due to the increasing rate of cyber attacks every single year, agencies from across the world are spending a huge amount of money on those specialized in cyber forensics. Some common career paths include information systems security professional, forensics computer analyst, and information security analyst. Personally, through this mentorship program, I have learned many things during the course. The assignments were very good learning tools, and I found the certifications from Palo Alto, as you see on the screen, and network security expert and TryHackMe very valuable. I've developed a better sense of understanding in cybersecurity, and also I've become more aware of the cyber threats. Finally, I would like to thank Dr. Ibrahim for introducing me into this field. This would not have been possible without him. I'm really grateful for him for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words on this topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abdullah. It's nice to hear your feedback and also why you are interested to start your career. I think that should be something which is motivating to many of young aspirants who indeed interested to start their career, but they do not know. They think that it's something like a black box. They feel they fear about it to start. But I think students like you once they are coming into this field and saying that this is even a student who is studying in engineering graduate can parallelly pursue cybersecurity career, so that when you come out of the university, you are with multiple offers. That has happened, in fact, with our students who have previously attended. So I also, recommend our young aspirants who want to pursue their career in cybersecurity, make use of this opportunity and benefit from this. So with this introduction and guest note speakers, let us get into our today's main topic, where I'm going to talk about cyber digital forensic. I'll give some kind of a brief, and then we can get into in more detail. So let us start understanding what is digital forensic and how this course, which we are going to run for a month, will benefit you and what you will be getting at the end of this course. I think I can see a lot of message in WhatsApp group and also in YouTube and in Zoom chat box that, what is the material that will be covered? Do you have an exam? And how I can build my career? Definitely, I'm going to answer one by one. But let us understand the framework or the structure. Why do we need digital forensic? Then we will talk about what you will get during this course. Fine. So I'm Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim. I'm a founder of IB Mentorship Program and also CEO of Cyber Heals. I've been working in cybersecurity more than 25 years, and especially focused on networking, firewall, virtualization, cloud. And also I've been training thousands of students over a decade. So far, more than 10,000 students from 40 different countries have benefited through my different training programs. I've been also coaching students in cybersecurity in other fields. And one of the best examples you can see here, Mr. Mohammed Adil, who is also was going through such kind of programs 5 years back when he was doing when he was started his career as IT support engineer. Today he is a leading cybersecurity expert. He is a pen tester. He is a zero-day researcher. So the objective is to create leaders in cybersecurity, to create someone who can really add value to the company, to the country, and as Dr. Sultan Khalifa said, to the entire humanity, by creating a positive impact through the knowledge which we have learned. So here are a few of the certifications which I've done from Cisco, VMware, ethical hacking. I'm a certified ethical hacker, and also I'm an instructor from EC Council, where I can run courses in cybersecurity, in ethical hacking, forensic, SOC, and so on. These are some of the companies and vendors I've worked across the globe, and also these are the places I've been visiting for various projects, conferences, and training. Start from US to Singapore, Malaysia, and a lot of places in the Middle East. I've been traveling and attending, and also giving training and projects, delivering projects. So I've left my job almost a year back to create cybersecurity professionals. So I had this vision of creating 1 million cybersecurity professionals across the globe. And for the last 18 months, I could reach out to many students, and we have right now, as I said, 10,000 students from 40 different countries. And I'm sure each student, start referring or start, taking this mission, taking this message to his colleagues, his, students. Definitely, we can achieve a 1 million number, in the coming couple of years with all your support and, the need in the market. Definitely, we'll be able to achieve. So let me just get into cyber attack. What's happening in cyber attack? Because before we get into forensics, as you know that in India, I'm just putting that context based of India. So it's happening across global, but I just want to focus. In last year, May 2021, we had an attack in Air India, and they said more than 4.5 million customer data, sensitive data, it was believed to be compromised. And also talk about food industry like Domino Visa, they're saying 180 million. You talk about banking sector, there is a news that Punjab National Bank, had a cyber attack, and more than 180 million customer data was left exposed for more than 7 months. So this gives an overview the world we are living in. The cyber attack surface has increased and everybody is exposed. Not only those companies, but we are talking about Mumbai power failure. They suspect cyber attack. It has happened last year. You go on Google about Mumbai's power failure, which was, they say, the major reason behind that is cyber attack. Even our Prime Minister Mr. Modi's Twitter account was hacked. Not only Indian Prime Minister, even we can talk about Australian Prime Minister, his account was hacked, and many celebrities and top government officials across the globe, they have frequently their social media account or their computer has been infected with social media attack. So this gives an idea, even if you are prime minister, if you are a president, or if you are a military general, even if you have all those security personnel, top class security personnel, around surrounding you, giving you protections, having the top-notch technologies to make sure your data is secure. Still, there is a possibility that you can be hacked, your data can be exposed. If that is not the case, we should believe that Prime Minister Modi's account shouldn't have been hacked. The Australian Prime Minister account or his laptop shouldn't have been compromised with the virus. So that shows an indication that there is nothing called 100% secure. So everybody is prone to attack. Everyone is having this 0.001 possibility of cyber crime exposure to the cyber criminals. So this gives an indication that cyber security and also cyber forensics is going to play a major role, because if there is an incident, then immediately we need someone to come and investigate, find why it happened, so that they can make sure it doesn't repeat again. Okay? So I'm just trying to put that into context of today's topic. So much attack is happening, that means we need more to go and do analysis, right? Like malware analysis or cyber crime investigation. So these are some of the statistics. The most vulnerable states, starting from Maharashtra to Odisha, which states are ranking top. Okay? And this is another statistics which shows how our Indian map, you're seeing the Indian map, but how we are vulnerable. So the digital space we are talking about digital transformation in each and every technology, right? But the statistics shows how vulnerable our digital space is. Now we're talking about starting from rate of crime, starting from UP to Delhi, how it's increasing year by year, the percentage is increasing. So just to talk about some of the cyber forensic case news, which is there, which we used to hear, the case against actor Dilip, I think this was in March 2022. He talked about, don't harass cyber expert direct from Kerala High Court, because they were doing a forensic investigation, cyber forensic investigation against actor Dilip, where they were trying to gather information to his laptop, his mobile, and other digital assets. So if there are any incident happen, even high profile VIPs, celebrities, then right now more than CBI comes, cyber forensic is into action, because they can collect more information. And there is another one, 274 Haryana cops trying to crack cybercrime cases. So the government of India, the police department from each state are now, would like to train their police personnel, intelligence in cyber crime. So they are creating these trainings and awareness program. And also we had conspiracy case against Philip. Again, is the news. And also there is something on meet the officer who cracked the bully boy case. So you would have recently known about this app which was talking about women and in a very bad and light. So Mumbai Cyber Cell DCP Rashmi Karan Dikar, he has a message for those who believe that anonymity that the internet affords can protect them forever. He could able to go and crack the person who was releasing this app, who are misusing this app. Right? So this again shows that now police department have started gaining knowledge or become more intelligence that they can also go and crack and find out the people who are behind cyber crime and cyber attack. So even there is another case after 8 years of wait, Goa gets cyber forensic lab. So now each and every state, they are trying to create cyber forensic lab because any incident happen, they need to have this infrastructure where they can, research, is this attack happen in the memory, it's in the hard disk, or it is in the boot, kernel level. So they need forensic lab. Without that, they cannot, identify and track those, cyber criminals. There is another one, I'm just trying to say, Techie Post and editor of Fashion magazine blockmail models. Again, they used cyber forensic to arrest this guy. And even in Mumbai, cyber expert paid by Parambir Singh probe in data theft case. Okay. Even this is if this could fall into, officers who are not, who are unethical, even they can misuse these opportunities, misuse this cybercrime. There is another case against one of the police officer where they found that he has been bribed to use cyber expert to target something on the data theft case. And also we all know about the recent, the last couple of months, maybe I think 6 months back, the Pegasus case where Supreme Court considered submission agrees to hear PILs on Feb 25 instead of Feb 23. This is a news, but this is about NSO group. So where they want to get into forensic and how they are able to get into journalists and politicians using this Pegasus software. So what I'm trying to say, all of these incidents which we hear from news is somewhere connected to cyber forensic. And there is very less cyber forensic experts available who can deal such kind of real-time cases. So with this context, with this background, let me get into what is digital forensic, what are the opportunities we have, and what I'm going to cover in the next 1 month, and how you can also, if you wish, you can get certified from some of the top cybersecurity vendors like EC Council, because I'm going to follow their syllabus, their structure, so that you can also learn from me, and also go, if you wish, you can do a lab, sign on digital forensic. And if you understood, write the exam, then you can pay to EC Council and write the exam and get certified in digital forensic. So my program is going to be completely free. I'm going to only talk about the concept and only going to expose you some of the lab practices. But at the end of the day, if you want to practice your own, then you need to book the lab in EC Council. You have to pay amount and book the lab. And if you want to write the exam, again, you have to pay and write the exam. Okay, but this training will be completely free. Okay, so with that introduction note, let's get into what I'm going to cover today. So I'm going to talk about the fundamental of computer forensics, right? And what are the different type of cyber crime, and how you can go and find out is there any incident happen? Is there anything compromised, like this cyber crime or not? The crime branch, police goes and investigate for any indicator of compromise. Is somebody left something where I can go, use that artifacts to find the criminals. Same way we call it as here indicator of compromise. We'll talk about that. And we'll talk about the different type of digital evidence and what are the rules of evidence. Yeah, I have an evidence, but can I use this evidence to charge someone? So we need to understand that having evidence is okay, but is it something which I can make it solid or make it more, appropriate to use that to find someone or claim someone that is a cyber criminal or he is the one who committed this cybercrime? We will talk about that. And also we need to talk about forensic readiness planning and business continuity, because it also impacts the organizations. So we will talk about business continuity and also roles and responsibilities of if you become a forensic investigator. So what is your roles and responsibility? How you should deal any cases? And finally, the most important case, because cyber forensic is related to the police, it is related to law and order, it is related to judiciary. That means you also should know the compliance and also the legal compliance and also the what are the law, cyber law related to this. So based on your country, you should also understand. So what is this penal code? What is the code in judiciary system which is related to cybercrime? So there is something called cyber law. So we need to understand so that you can take them and pursue them and put them, into the cases. I hope this is something which I'm going to clear about. And somebody is asking, am I going to give any certificate from my side? Yes, we will be giving from Cyber Hills Academy, Impedance Academy, that you have completed the course, but you need to pass some kind of a quiz program towards the end. Fine. So this is the model flow for today's, where I'm going to talk about that. So we'll start with, do you have any question before we start? Is it something which, I just want to ask you, do you have anything, is that objective is clear? Or you have any doubts before we get into it? Someone asking, yeah, certification will be giving at the end of this course from our side. It's going to be live session. Yes, it's going to be live session. We'll have weekly ones. I'll try to cover the concept, but I'm going to share the entire document, which is a PDF. And also I'm going to share you how you can access the complete recorded training. So even if you miss the session, you'll be able to log in and watch the training. Okay, that is one. Secondly, you will get the documents from my side. And third, I will also tell you how you can do labs in Cyber Range or from the EC Council. Fine. Yeah, I'm going to run some kind of lab during this session, just to make sure that you just don't only learn theory, but we'll also do some lab, but it will be only on the core subject. All right. So the recording of the session will be available. We will share it in the WhatsApp group. Once it's completed, you can go on, or if you miss anything, you can watch. Right. So let me get into understanding computer forensic. So what is computer forensic? It's a methodological procedure and techniques where we want to, identify and gather information and also interpret and document and present evidence from any computer equipment. The computer equipment could be your PC, your laptop, it could be your server, it could be your tablet, it could be your mobile phone, anything, even it could be your USB stick or your external hard disk. Right? So we want to gather such information and discover evidence. And we want to make sure that the evidence we discover from all these computer assets is acceptable during a legal or administrative proceeding. Because forensic, the next step is what? To take you to the court, to file a case against you, right? So all the information I'm collecting during this forensic, if it is not going to help me for the next proceeding, then it becomes useless. So computer forensic is not just because I want to understand. No, I want to make sure that there is a legal and administrative proceeding can be followed after collecting and making this report. That's the first thing we need to understand about forensics. So what is the objective? As I said, identify and gather this, and preserve the evidence of cybercrime. If there is a cybercrime, I want to make sure that there is an evidence which I want to preserve it. Right? You might have been seen during any murder, any unwanted incident, the police personnel go and mark the the location. They immediately take over, they take control of the entire location and make sure that nobody gets in, right? Because they want to preserve the evidence of that incident which has happened, which we used to see in movies and news. Right? Same way in cybercrime, we want to make sure that the evidence are preserved, gathered and preserved. And also, we want to make sure that organizations do not have similar incidents in future, because I will document, say why it has happened, because you had 1, 2, 3 vulnerability. You had, susceptible for social engineering. So we'll give them that idea so that they will not be again attacked. And if it requires some kind of a persecution, we will support the persecution of the perpetrator of an incident. That is also the objective of that. Why do we need? What do we need? I think it's very simple. We want to make sure that overall integrity and continued existence of IT system and the infrastructure within the organization is very important. So that's the first thing. Second one is we want to make sure that the factual evidence such that it proves the attacker's actions in court. Third one is track down the perpetrators. And fourth objective is to protect the organization's financial resources and valuable time. That is something which is very, very important. So when do you use computer forensics? So when you want to prepare for incident or identifying the actions needed for the incident response, or maybe you want to estimate what is the damage, or we want to minimize the damage to resources, to a corporate setup, or set up a security parameter and formulate security norms for ensuring forensic readiness. If something happens, how you can respond to that. We call this incident response. So that is why. And type of cyber crimes, we have two classifications. One is internal attack, external attack. Internal attack is something happening within your home, within your office, within your school, within your college, within your organization, within your state and country. It is something which is internal. Someone who knows about, who knows about me, so he can easily target me. External attack is someone who doesn't like, as an organization. Maybe it could be a competitor. It could be someone who's not known to us, so they want to exploit the security loophole. Most of the time, it's about financial gain. They do for financial gain. So example of cyber crimes like espionage, data manipulation, DDoS attack, denial of service attack, cyber terrorism. We talk about cyber terrorism. Also cyber warfare. Recently we had between Russia and Ukraine. It's a awful example for cyber warfare. So Russia were using complete cyber warfare against Ukraine. Also, we have a lot of news about China, how they are engaging in cyber terrorism and cyber warfare. Right? So these are the examples. And impact of the cyber crime. What will happen if something happens? First of all, it will will lose, or it can create the CAA, we call it confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the information stored in the organization. So we might lose those data, and somebody can steal the sensitive data in our organization, and also it can put the entire business activity into disruption. Maybe there is no service, denial of service, and also it can bring reputational damage. Recently, there was an attack on Cisco, It happened in March, I think March or April. It was exposed in last month in August. So it could bring down the image of company like Cisco when somebody could hack and take data, exploited data from that. They stole like hundreds of gigabits of data from Cisco's internal database. That means it can put the reputation of the company in a very bad light, right? Sometimes it can also cause financial damages, losses. Like if I steal from bank, fintech companies, my e-commerce businesses, it could create a financial loss. And also don't underestimate that if you are a company, especially registered in Europe and US, you have strict compliance like GDPR, data loss prevention. So, GDPR is make sure that if you are aware storing or collecting customer data, I am responsible to protect those data. If somebody hacked and there is a data breach, it means as a company, I can be penalized. I can be taken to the court. There was an incident in Facebook, you all recollect last year, Mark Zuckerberg was, screwed in the US Senate because, Facebook data was accessed by a third-party app and they exposed more than half, I don't know the exact number, I think around 500 million user database was leaked. Similarly, each company, when they are not able to protect the data, they can be taken to court. So there could be heavy penalties levied on a particular organization or particular company. So you cannot just say that I'm just collecting information, nobody can do anything with me. So they use forensic, right, to understand whether you are really having a security best practices, the data is really stored in the right way. So what is the type of evidences which we can use? The type of digital evidence, okay? There are evidence which is volatile, other one is non-volatile. What is the difference between them? Can anyone guess? Can anyone compare this in real-time scenario? What happens with the murder or something? Volatile and non-volatile? Volatile is something when, it's lost when the device is powered off, or maybe when somebody is, the criminal is not in the scene, then you cannot detect that. It is volatile, right? Non-volatile is something which is stored. Maybe when you go, you leave your fingerprint, maybe you leave some artifacts where I can use. Same way in digital, we'll call about volatile. Once you power off the system, you will no more be able to see it. Maybe when you restart, the logs are wiped out, right? But non-volatile is something where it is stored in the memory, in the hard disk, maybe in the BIOS, it could be in different places. So that is called non-volatile data. So what is the role of digital evidence? We want to identify the theft. We want to make sure there is information leakage, abuse of a system, and also we want to find out any email communication between suspect and conspirators. So digital evidence may assist in this matters for the investigator. So what are the sources of potential evidence? We have to look at user-created file like address book, your media like images, graphics, documents like Excel sheet, Word document presentation, and also internet bookmarks. These are user-created file. User-protected file like compressed file, zip file, you kept it. Maybe you have encrypted the entire document. Maybe you kept a password-protected file. Maybe you are hiding the file, so when I am coming and investigating, the file is not visible to the investigator. Also something called steganography, where I can mark, maybe within the photo, I can hide some data. We call it sometimes metadata, right? So I can also hide within the image a text file, steganography. So when you might be seeing a GIF image or JPEG image, but behind the image, there is a data store, which is only visible when I use steganography tools. Okay, that is a user protected data. and computer created files like backup files, logs, right, cookies, history and temporary files. So these are the potential evidence as a cyber forensic investigator, computer forensic investigator, you will go and look into it. Okay. So hard drive, thumb drive, your dongle, your mobile phone, all of them are part of potential evidence. Also handheld device, your modem, servers, printers, again. Also your removable media, scanner, telephones, your digital watch, right? Even GPS could be used to find the evidence, which location, where it happened, how it happened. Right? So let's get into rule of evidence. I'm just going to take another 10 minutes and then we'll have another Q&A session. So rule of evidence is, we need to understand the 5 basic rules that makes admissible in the court of law. Yes, I have collected everything, but can I produce that in front of the court? That's a big question mark, right? So first of all, whatever evidence we collect, it should be understandable. It should be clear and understandable to the judges, not to you and me. Maybe we know about how to read the memory, how to read, but what about the judge? He is non-technical guy, non-IT guy. He doesn't know about cybersecurity. So you need to make sure he is able to understand that. It should be in a presentable format. And also the evidence should be admissible. It should be related to the fact being proved. And it should be authentic. You should make sure it is real and also related to the incident. It should be reliable. I mean, there should not be any doubt about the authenticity or veracity of the evidence. And the 5th one is very important. It should be complete. You can't say piecemeal, like, no, this is what I have done. I'm doing again another research. I'll bring those. No, it should be complete. It should, the evidence must prove the attacks are action is in her innocence, both ways. Right? So can you please type this in chat box? It should be understandable, admissible, authentic, reliable, and complete. UAARC. This is the rule of evidence. Please keep it in your mind. We want to become tomorrow computer funds. I need to follow this. Okay. 5 basic rules. So best evidence rule, it says that the court only allows original evidence of document, photograph, and recording. Right? However, the duplicate can be accepted as evidence provided the court finds the party's reason for submitting the duplicate to be genuine. The principle underlying the best evidence rule is that the original evidence is considered as the best evidence. Yes, I can accept a duplicate, but I always give more weightage to the original photograph or original video or original data. So we're coming to the last section about the rules of evidence. For example, in federal rules in United States, the rules shall be construed to secure fairness in administration, elimination of unjustified expense and delay. Okay, this is the federal rule. So scientific working group of digital evidence, they use principle 1, accuracy, principle 2, they seize and examine digital evidence, and they also create a standard operating procedure, SOP. Right? And so they review the SOPs. And the 4th one, they make sure that the data gathered and recorded in a scientific manner. Means they make sure there is a time slot, timestamp attached to it. Maybe it is stored in multiple places. So they make sure that the evidence are also scientifically proven. So they talk about the criteria. I'm not going to get into it. And also they have something called Association of Chief Police Officer, ACPO, Principles in Digital Evidence. If you're working in police department, then they use no action taken by law enforcement agency, unless the agent should change data held on a computer or storage media, which may be subsequently be relied upon the court. This is the first one. Second one, in exceptional circumstances where a person finds necessary to access original data held on a computer or storage media, the person must be competent to do so. The third one is independent third parties should be able to examine those data. 4th one is ensuring that the law and this principle are adhered to. So these are the principles they follow in police. So we talk about federal law, we talk about scientific group, we're talking about police. So each one has their own law and rules to follow in cybercrime. So what is forensic readiness? So I'll just skip it, because it's not important. We'll talk about that later on. So need for forensic investigator. We need a lot of people to work on this field because cybercrime investigation is coming up very demand. It's becoming very demandful. Forensic investigator by virtue of their skills and experience help organization and law enforcement agency to investigate and prosecute the perpetrator of cybercrime. That is one. Sound evidence handling. They need to know technically, if you are not experienced technically, then it might not be able to help you into, finding the evidence. And also incident handling and response. Effective incident handling and response is something which is very important. So that is the need of that. Roles and responsibility. They determine the extent of any damage. They recover the data. They maintain its integrity, the data integrity. And also they guide the officials carrying out the investigation. Right? And finally, they also update and organize the organization about various attacks. So what makes a good computer forensic investigator? He should be having interviewing skills to gather information. So he should be having good communication skill. Right? So he should be having excellent writing skill because it needs reports. So cyber investigator is not just only technical. You need to have communication skill, interpersonal skill, writing skill. Also, you need to have analytical mind because you need to investigate, take the data and try to analyze that, right? So also you need to remain updated on methodologies, new methodologies and forensic technologies used. So you need to keep on updating yourself and you need to have the knowledge of laws relevant to the case. That is again very important. So some of the laws computer forensic and legal compliance. So it should be admissible in court. We talk about Graham-Lee-Brilley Act, GLBA. They have Federal Information Security Monitoring Act in 2014. They have some HIPAA, which is related to health compliance, health insurance, portability and accountability act. Also, we have PCI for credit card and banking, payment card industry data security standard. We have GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. We have Data Protection Act, and another one is called Sarbanes-Oxley Act, which is mainly for financial institutions. Right? This is about financial audit. So these are the different laws which is available. As a computer forensic guy, you should know about that. So each country has this law. United States, you can go and check so many laws. UK, Australia, Cybercrime Act, India Information Technology Act, ITA, Germany, Italy, Canada. So each country has a law, and there is a website which, as a cybercrime investigator, you need to go and read about it, understand it, so that you can really use those cybercrime evidences in the court. And you can relate to that law, cyber law. Right? So this is what we have seen overall. So we talked about computer forensic, we talked about what are the different digital evidence rules, and we also talked about what are the different roles and responsibility of forensic investigator. We also talked about legal compliance in computer forensic, and we talked about how this could be used or what are the skills used required for a cyber, forensic investigator. Right? So we are going to talk continuously in the next session in detail about cyber forensic. So let me share you the book. Okay, because I know that many of you may be. So I have something like more than 800 pages of book, which is from Digital Forensic Essential from EC Council, which is available to share with you. So once you register, who have registered through email, we'll send you an email, you can download this book. Fine. So we have 3 courses. What we are also going to do, the guy who's going to refer, another 10 people to join this course, free course, you will also get another 2 course, document free, which is about, we'll be sharing you network different, we will share you ethical hacking, basics, and also we'll be sharing you about another SOC basics, cyber investigation basics books, so that you can use it tomorrow if you want to prepare for any exam or you can use it for your reference. Okay, this is almost, you can see, we are going to talk about computer forensic, investigation process, how you can understand the hard disk and file system. We talk about how do you collect data and also defeating anti-forensic technique. We'll talk about Windows because most of the people are using Windows machine, and also we'll talk about Linux and Mac forensic, network forensic, how you can investigate web attack on website, and we talk about dark web, and also we can email crimes, and finally malware forensics. So all of them are covered in this next 8 weeks. Please stay tuned, and also highly recommend to share this message to your friends and colleagues so that many people can benefit. Okay. With this, I would like to thank all of you for joining this session. I have another 15 minutes. If you want to ask any question, feel free to please ask. I will explain that. If you have any questions. Thank you very much for joining. And now the session is open for question from you. So let me just make you that you can all allow participant to unmute. So if you want to use my
Hello.
Yeah, introduce yourself and then you can.
Yeah, myself Zainul Abidin.
Yeah.
So can you just, if we want to practice from ourselves, so which kind of applications we can install so that we can practice the lab session? So can you just guide us or share the application link so that we can install before the next lecture?
Exactly. We will talk about that during the course. Each one we will also talk about what tool you can use. Some of the tools are available free. Okay, even some of the tools are available in some of the sites which I will refer. And if you want to have a complete lab, then you have to go to the institution. But if you just want to learn for your knowledge sake, I can refer you some of the tools while we are now covering that particular specific topic. Does it answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome, Jay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Islam, yes.
My name is Akhil Ahmed. I'm from Chennai.
Yes,
I just need to know that as you have told that regarding the lab sessions. So do we have any kind of internship or mentor assistance like in depth about cyber security? I have taken this digital forensics. In future, if I want to take any ethical hacking courses or something, so do we have any internship assistance from your end?
So what we do, Akhil, we have a program called mentorship program. We talk about cyber security in 360 degree. So probably I will ask our training manager, Mr. Tahir, you can reach out to him. He can share you the syllabus, what we cover, including ethical hacking, AWS security, network security, firewall, all of them is covered. So you can be in touch with him. Okay?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is Abdur Rahman from Muscat, Oman, actually.
Yes,
Thanks for your valuable introduction and the course brief. Actually, the main problem what we are happening is the time management. I'm working here and your courses is as per the Indian Standard Time. Sometimes we are missing the classes because of our work commitment and all. So how we will be, you just committed that one, you are going to share the recorded session. That is, thanks a lot for that one. But if you have any doubts in that one, and if it is the need to be get more clear or more extra help, how we are going to be help us in such scenario actually?
Abdurrahman, I think what I would like to highlight here, we have a portal where you can join once when you started the course. You will be able to watch the recordings in the portal itself. That is the first thing. Not only in Zoom, you can multiple time review and check it. That's one thing. Secondly, for the questions, what we recommend, you can post it in the WhatsApp group. Every time we do course, we'll keep it open for 1 hour. So during the time, you can post your question. You write all your doubts and just dump it. And myself or other instructor who's going to guide me, they will be able to answer. If as time permits. But we cannot be able to answer all the questions, but we'll try to answer as much as possible. Okay, Abdurrahman?
Thanks a lot. Jazakumullah khair, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Ibrahim.
Yes.
This is Usman from Hyderabad, India. First of all, I want to thank you for the session, sir. I've been following for you from the long time, so it's really a nice opportunity for us to have an interaction with you, sir. And so my question is, sir, like I've been following a lot of Udemy courses and the various cybersecurity, like the YouTube channels and forums. So will this after this course? Is it needed for us to do the certification to get an entry into cybersecurity, or like what kind of track we need to follow to get into cybersecurity? Actually, I am also in the IT support currently, sir. I am like from last 2 years.
I understand, Usman. I think I got your point. Just
Yes,
to answer you,
yes, sir.
definitely many people who are like you now, they are attending the mentorship program. It's a 6-month program. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
attending, who are working as some of them are even quality assurance guy. Some of them are in civil. Some of them are in mechanical. They want to switch
Yep.
over to cybersecurity. They are
Yes.
doing, even IT support guys, they are doing it. Even university students are doing. So there is a separate track for that. But this will give you motivation. So what I want to do, instead of saying that you do this course, that course,
Okay.
first get into the field and understand
Yes,
what
sir.
this field is all about, what are the opportunities, and also try to understand where do you feel comfortable. Cybersecurity is not one area, right? Maybe you
Yes.
have offensive, you have offensive, you have ethical hacking, you have firewall. You can become auditor. You can also become certified auditor. So I can guide on all those aspects, and also what certification you have done. We are authorized partner for Easy Council. We have a team who we can assist you if you want to do exams. We have a team who can support you. So that's the second level. But first thing is you want to come into the field and understand that yes, this is something which is interesting. This is, I think, where I can get paid more. This I see that a lot of opportunity which I can make use of those opportunity. This is something which you need to people like you to come forward and do. Definitely, it's going to be different from Udemy or YouTube channel, because all of them are just dumping data. But here, it's going to be also connecting with some kind of a practical exposure, and also tell you what you should do after that. Okay, that will be definitely supporting.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you. Sir. Thanks a lot.
So let us
Jazakallah.
Good evening, Dr. Saab.
Good evening.
My name is Syed Hidayat. I am from Bangalore, India.
Yes, Brother Syed, go ahead.
I run my own IT company.
Okay.
Last 1 year, 6 months, and before that I was working as CIO.
Okay.
So my question is, I want to develop a cybersecurity product. So my own cybersecurity product. So I need your help. So how I can get in touch with you? I have my own team developers and ethical certified hackers also, my team. I need your help, support in terms of what is today's trend and how I can meet today's requirement and then roll out the product.
Sure, Mr. Syed. You can be in touch with are you in WhatsApp group?
Yes, I'm in WhatsApp group.
So you can ping Mr. Mohammed Tahir, who's the training manager in the group, who's the admin of the group. So tell your name and introduce. I think he's also attending this session. So Tahir, please make a note of Mr. Syed, and we will get in touch. Sure.
I think only admin can post messages.
No. You can ping him personally.
Personally.
Yeah. Direct message.
Okay. My full name is Syed Hidayat, Bangalore, India.
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions? You can type. I think somebody is typing, asking me, sir, I'm a mechanical background guy, interested. See, as I told you, there are people who are from civil, they've jumped into. There are quality guys who are getting into. So cybersecurity, for this, you saw that requirement, right? You need to have analytic mind, you need to have communication skill, writing skill, good spoken English. That's something which you can do. Okay, so definitely you can do it. So somebody is asking, girls, how much is the course? This course is free, my friend Abhishek. This course is free. So you can attend this course free, no cost. Why do you are doing free? That's another question everybody comes. Because we are already creating a cyber community forum. We have digital forensic forum, digital privacy forum. We have almost more than 10,000 students, who are already connected with us. So we want to reach and share as much as information. And out of 10,000 students, maybe 5 people, 10 people come like this, Mr. Syed or Mr. Abdurrahman, who want to pursue further. Then we take them to other courses which we offer. Okay, so that is the whole objective. So we give this free so that people understand, yes, this is something which is for me. If it is not for you, then you pursue a different field. Maybe you get into programming, you get into AI, data science, right? So at least you need to try how it works. That's why this course is offered free, and you can definitely benefit. And we are doing it for the last couple of years, such kind of awareness. Okay, Abhishek, does it answer your question?
Hello, sir. Sagar Singh here.
Yeah, sorry, who's that?
Sagar Singh, sir,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
India.
Yeah, yes.
Actually, sir, I'm also a cybersecurity aspirant, and
Okay.
I'm preparing for my CEH and CCNA.
Okay,
And
great.
I saw that you have done CCIE, and I was so amazed. And I'm glad to learn from you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
And
So you
I
start with
wanted
this
to,
course. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you one question, sir, about this course. Will we get a certificate after completing this, sir?
Yes, there will be a certificate from my side, from
Yes.
mentorship, that you have participated and attended this course. But what I normally recommend, most of the time I recommend, is to get into EC Council or any other third party where your certificate could be recognized globally. Yes, maybe as a mentor, maybe people who have who knows about me, it's okay. But I want you to be recognized, in each and every company. So there are some certification, I will tell you. If you have to pay directly to the vendor, not to the vendor, and then get certified. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. So any prior knowledge is required. I think if you have something on computer, networking, operating system, today we had a 1-day session. We are having a 2 days workshop in Beltech, university. We had today talked about complete cybersecurity fundamental, offensive and defensive. And today the students, there are a lot of students from the EC department participated. They were able to install VMware. They were able to install Parrot OS, the Linux OS. They are able to run today the vulnerability assessment tool in 1 day. So that is kind of a program which we normally conduct. And they are from EC department. I told, yeah, sir, what is the knowledge I required? I said, if you know how to operate your computer, you know how the IP address works, how the internet works, that's it. We'll talk about all the fundamentals for you. I'll give you knowledge on Windows. I'll talk about Linux. I'll talk about how the TCP IP works. Being a CC myself, I've trained a lot of people in networking and security. So I know how to train you. So don't worry about that. It is all required is your intention to start this career in cybersecurity. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Assalamu alaikum. One more question. Actually, my job responsibility into the net routing, networking, switching, and all. So, how this going to help in my field? This course is.
Yeah, your current job it may not help because you are doing on networking. But if you are getting into cybersecurity, for example, you have a department in your office which focuses on cybersecurity, ethical.
Yes, yes, it is there.
Yeah, then probably you will be able to support them, and
okay,
probably you may be moving your department, moving yourself into their team, or when they communicate with you, you are better knowledgeable, so are able to create, help the company to, protect as an overall infrastructure. Right?
Okay. In one of that our speakers, he speak about the forensic in networking, routing, and switching.
Yes.
So, sir, what specific course you are going to suggest me to get into that one? I'm sorry, this is out of this session.
Yeah, sorry. You start with this, as I said, digital forensic. Then we'll talk about computer network. Also, it is covered in this.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot. Jazakumullah khair, Rahim sir.
Yeah, I have one
Please
more
let
question.
us give opportunity for others. Akhil, maybe you can type. Let me see if someone is asking. Because I am going to close in another few minutes. Difference between ethical hacking and so ethical hacking is part of cybersecurity. Just to answer you simply. So do we have an institute for course Gdpr organization? So we are doing it full-time student because this course, as I know, is only once in a week. Yes, fine, but 1 month you will do, then we can have a different, I can refer you different institutes or different, training providers who are doing that, on a focus level. Fine. Any other questions? Yeah, go ahead, Akhil, you want to ask something?
Thank you, Ibrahim sir. I just need to know that do we have any kind of cybersecurity awareness program for schools and colleges and universities?
Yeah, we are doing it. Akhil, we are doing it. Get in touch with Tahir.
Yeah.
We have conducted one in school in Chennai. Now we are planning to do one in Lucknow for Delhi Public School. Doing almost more than 15 colleges have tied up with us with leadership and IT expert training. We are going and doing for students in colleges and universities. So get in touch with our team. We will try to guide you.
Sure, sir. Actually, I have done the cybersecurity program for colleges in my Ambur town, and still they are requiring more efficient IT experts and cybersecurity.
Yeah, we can do that. If you arrange something, we can come and do that.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Yeah, Christopher, go ahead.
I don't know the day. My name is Christopher Okafo from Nigeria.
Yes, Christopher. Yeah.
I want to find out, you said something about the book. I didn't get, how can we get a copy of the book, please?
Yeah, I'll share it once you register, start the class. We'll send it by email so you can download. See, most of the things what we want to do, we want also you to refer after attending this course, share this video, make sure that your colleagues, your friends, your family members, whom you think that become cybersecurity aspirants, ask them to join. And we are going to give this book anyway straight away, maybe by tomorrow or within 1 or 2 days, we'll send it to you by email. And also we're going to give some bonus books for those who referred 10 students. We are going to give on ethical hacking. We are going to give on, SOC. Those documents also will be shared with you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll share with you SOC books, provided you also, this just to motivate. Giving free doesn't make sense, am I right? So you go and talk about this to your friends, colleagues, make sure that more people attend. We have almost now 2,500 registration. We want to reach 10,000 people because it's going to be free and we want to make sure many people benefit from this. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Mr. So if there is no other question, I think I would like to close this session. Thank you very much for joining and really appreciate for being patient and attending the entire session. And I hope at this end of this program, you will benefit. And after this, you want to start a career in cybersecurity, offensive, defensive, firewall, AWS cloud. We have all the career path, ready. Probably you'll be able to join some of our programs, or I can refer to some of the programs which is happening. At the end of the day, you can start your career in cybersecurity. Okay. With that, I would like to thank everyone. I also would like to thank all the speakers who have participated, especially my student, Mr. Abdullah from Turkey, Brother Adil from United Arab Emirates, Dr. Sultan from India. Thanks for sharing your valuable information, and I hope that would have created a lot of impact on the students and motivated them to join this course and also pursue their career in cybersecurity. Thank you. See you next week on our live session